Hi, Sam Tobert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we are answering another viewer request. Oh, it's not a song this time. It is a concept called the gospel bounce, and they requested it in the key of G flat. So we won't do the scale this time, but we will give you my interpretation of it. It's almost like having an actual rhythm section without having an actual drummer. And the gospel bounce, in my approach to it, is always going to be musical. It's going to have notes that are going to follow a particular pattern. And I have different variations of the bounce. There's the single bounce, there's the double bounce, and there's time I will do the actual triple bounce. And I'll give you an idea what that is. So here in G flat, I had to do that just to get it out of the way. Bounce. Uh, if you've never been a part of an actual marching band, you don't know the concept of the actual oompa sound, where there is a oomp followed by a pa, and in an actual rhythmic standpoint, you get the oompa, 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 or in that case, just let it drop. Oompa, 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 oompa. Now that gets you started to get that concept in your head so that you can hear which one you want to be the bounce and what's going to come off the bounce. Now I will I've covered this in some earlier videos. I think before I had the Cordy app. The bounce is all about rhythm, or where in this case I got both the and the pa going at the same pa pa pa. When I use the bounce, it's usually in conjunction of running chords. Slow it down. Ah, when I slow it down, I lose the rhythm. So the left hand keeps doing that. Add bass on the bottom. And it is not something that you become comfortable with right away, because now you're talking separating your left and your right brain at the same time. To keep this going, my right hand on the right side of my brain is thinking different, minor. Major. So to really get comfortable with the bounce, you got to practice one hand, left hand first. The old chord. We used to do that when we were children. Let me see. haven't done that in years. But as children, we used to, when we would practice, we would somehow throw that particular movement in place. And I just kept that mindset and began to interject what they call rhythmic bounce. The piano is still, as well, at least from a keyboard standpoint, an actual percussion instrument. So you can sound like you got like you're actually striking it. So if I was going to see what song can I put with this, let's say, wow, it's a different key. Say we were doing, I was going to say, "Oh, magnify the Lord." Oh, magnify. Ah, that's a little bit hard. Yeah, wrong key to use. But depending upon where you want to apply it, usually you're going to apply it to congregational singing. So you're not going to go get a hymn and just start bouncing off of it, unless of course you're going to speed it up and put an actual rhythm to it. I don't have a standard rhythm. I don't think I can go to on this board to show it. But if you had an actual metronome in the background, just to get your concept of left hand following an actual pattern. And of course, in G flat, already you're thinking, how am I going to chord around this? Because usually when I'm bouncing, it's two chords, broken chords, full chords. So I have to have a pattern for the bounce to actually fit on, and then try to tie it to some particular song. Let's say if I were going to take the Baptist hymn, I just had it in my mind, trying to remember it in my head. What's the Baptist hymn? Baptist hymn. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Time is with. So yeah, hold to his hand. It's a good, snappy, tempoed song, and you can bounce, as you can see, bounce with it. Now, when I said I can do double bounce, so I will pick and choose where I want to double bounce, depending upon where the change want to be. Now, my triple bounce is really the hardest one to do. Um, um, wow. And you only use that if I'm feeling really adventurous when I'm playing. So I mean, you really get emotionally into it when you want to change it up. But for the most part, you are thinking bounce chord, bounce chord, bounce chord, bounce. Now you know you're here. You can bounce if you wanna. If you want to, as they say, turn around. G flat is not a normal chord for me to be bouncing in, but again, depending upon how the song is written or how I want to apply a particular rhythmic bounce to a song, I'll throw it in there just to try it out, but then, of course, go back to melody, chords, and patterns around that. Hope this gives you an idea of my interpretation of the gospel bounce. If you have any questions, please leave your comments. Take care.